Hey guys, may the 4th be with you all. Um, Hold on a second, guys. It is, I could answer this. Okay. Hey, everybody. I was going to come on here. I'm not doing that right now, but I'm going to come on here. Thank you to Becca, who reached out to me today. Hold on, I'm going to save these changes because I did put a link in my I think they're being saved. Hold on a second. Maybe this one isn't. Hold on. Okay, save changes. And you can hear the washer and dryer and all that stuff going on. That usually happens on Saturday. Yeah, it's going to stop in a second, and I hope it's not cutting off too much. But hold on one momento, guys. Let me find my way back here. Okay. Thank you to all who have come in here, and thank you to everybody with your messages and everything. Hey, Beers, I love you. Yeah, thank you. Exactly. Hey, Squuffy Wag. Good afternoon, my friend. Thank you for coming over here and supporting me. I really appreciate that. Today, later on, I haven't done this ever, but today, I'm not going to come on and be all melancholy, but like I've told you, today is, and it's a neat day because my dad loved sci-fi. He loved all about sci-fi. Yes, I sure can, and I got that message just now. I sure can. You were the next. Yes, I sure can. Definitely, definitely, definitely. My dad liked sci-fi, and he liked, aliens and ghosts, and he was a brilliant man, and he died May 4th, 2014. And for the past, it's been 5 years. And for the past 5 years, I just have I've lit the candle, a Yortzeit candle, when it was a year. It's a different day in the Hebrew calendar, but I haven't done anything that I feel that I wanted to do as far as to honor his memory or anything. So later on, I just want to play not right now, because I wasn't ready for that right now, but I want to play the little memorial tape that we had for him, that I had made for him for his funeral. And just want to do that, and just because it's my channel, and just share that with some people. And I miss you, Dad. And I miss you. So thank you very much, Becca. This is what I mean about Becca and Dave. Becca reached out to me and said something today. Not that, we all have our lives, and people have been very kind, and people have been very, very nice. But to do that is just a really nice thing. Hey, Melody. Hey, honey. I know I got to talk to you, girl. I've just been so... I'm really in the 11th hour trying to get this stuff done, and my time management is really bad. So I'm working with what I have here to give, and I've been trying. Let's just say that. But I will definitely, and thank you for your support. Thank you, Squuffy. I'm not gonna, it's just a bad time of year. You know how it is. It's just compelling, and then all this other stuff on top of it. And we all have our dates, a special time, and we all have things like that. So I just wanted to do that as a little memory thing for him later on. And just the fact that it was made of, I have never been able to say this verbally for 5 years, because I've been so depressed. But today is the first day that I can say that my dad would be very happy that it would be May 4th. Not that he would be happy that I have been sad, And before my birthday and my mom's day, he knew me. He knew me. But May the 4th be with you is very my dad. So that's kind of cool. Thank you. Thank you, Melody. Thank you, Drama Kiki. I appreciate that. That's Susan Bradford is Lindy. That's Lindy. She likes to use other characters from TV shows. That's what she likes to do. So I understand. My friends keep things from me. I understand that there's new information that she's decided to put out there and everything like that. I understand that she's just continuing her, I don't know what it is. I don't know if she's hoping to drive me to kill myself. Is that what you're hoping to do, Lindy? Is that what it is? What is it that you're hoping to accomplish by this? I just don't know. But I've been made aware of it by a few really good friends that I wasn't aware before. And that's why I titled it this. I didn't know about these papers since I don't have an attorney right now. However, if I were to call up my ex-husband, we've talked about this before, because not about this specifically, because this is just coming anyways. I can't talk about a lot, but know this. If you're going through a divorce with somebody, okay, what would you try to do? He had what it was called his nuke plan. And he told my ex that at the very end, if he felt that I was going for his house or his business, that he would pull out the nuke plan. And he basically didn't go exactly into all that, but I'm assuming that all of this is part of this. And so I know I've done nothing wrong. I know that I don't know exactly, because I just got the details from a couple of different friends as to what was being said. So I obviously know now what's being talked about. I obviously know now where this comes from. But let me give you one example of something, guys, okay? Let me give you one example of this. And this is one part that I thought I can give you. She's been saying in the YouTube drama, she's been saying, I understand from before, I'm going to subscribe to you too, sweetie. Everybody subscribe to Drama Kiki. I love your picture. That's a great picture. You were awesome. And I will go back and watch some of your videos too. I like to find new people to subscribe to. You're great. You're beautiful. She's been saying that I was given, and my friends do not want me to do any of this, but I have to give people a little bit of food for thought. I have to, because otherwise, if you just let that go out there like that, it festers, and I just don't want that to happen more than it already would. I was renting out my condo in Florida, and then I was getting money from it. And I don't know if that's still being talked about. You guys can let me know. Is she still saying that? Because then I called up because of what Rory said on a hangout. And Rory said that because she didn't want people, she was protecting me, to think that it was sitting there empty or just with nobody there. And it was a smart thing to do, because I would rather have people think that than think that it was, you know, just sitting there ripe for the picking. Although it's protected. I have neighbors. There's all kind. I mean, there's like cops live there because it's right by the police station. So there's always a lot of cop cars there. You'd be dumb to go there and rob, because there's a lot of cops that live there. So I don't know if she's still saying that, but I've called up there and showed that the electricity, because of not being paid, was turned off there January 30th. So nobody is living there. So that's a lie. And you guys can let me know if she's still bringing that up, or did she just kind of like drop that? She also said that the house that I showed a picture of, or a video of Moshi eating the gecko, was the house that I'm living at right now. And to prove that, it was because there was packages that were sitting out there. Well, she now knows what the place I live at now looks like, empty, no wood floors, completely different. And so I don't know if she's still saying that. She also said that I didn't have my electricity turned off here, and that was just to get people to help me. So then I called up live and called up the power company, and they confirmed that on March 11th through March 13th, the power was turned off. Thank you for the person who just sent me that via PayPal. I greatly appreciate that. It doesn't matter. It's you know what? That's a large amount to me. 15 is right now 150 to me. So that is really appreciated, because I'm at the end of my goal. Thank you very, very much. It just came across my phone. So that's been proven. What else was it? I'm just trying to go through the list here. Oh, then this is the one that I wanted to bring up today, just to give you guys food for thought. And hang on, like my title says, sometimes you need to trust your gut and ride it out. And I can't say anything right now. I can't say anything right now because it's pending. This is all about to go into the final couple of months of my case. But wait till the end and you'll know the true story. Wait till the end. You've never heard my side. You've never heard the truth. You know, they say that there's three sides: your side, my side, the truth. Unfortunately, or fortunately, because I wouldn't trade this with anybody, I actually am able to see all sides. My husband's not able to do that, or refuses to do that. So whereas I still want to protect him, it still hurts that I know that unless it gets sealed, stuff about him is going to come out there that's going to be very hurtful, because he didn't ask for this other stuff to come out. Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. But from what I'm aware of, he didn't. He doesn't like YouTube shenanigans. People are telling me that it could be him doing something like that. I don't know. Who knows? Hey, Andrea, I love you. I love you. So good to see you here. Hey, Panic, I love you. Drama, yeah. So let me say this. She said I spent, and the court papers say it, so it's true. I just blew through $50,000 last year. Right? Please, anybody who says stuff about stickers, he's another one that's getting completely lied about. Thank you, Kenko. Oh, God, I love you. Kenko, you're here and you protect. You have no idea how much I appreciate you. You have no idea. Really, Andrea, I do appreciate you and I love you for your support, for your kind words. I love you for how strong you are for what you're going through. And you've had your share of bullshit as well. And we've been in this together, girl. And someday we're going to be able to break bread, have that girls' trip, and just bond over two people who have a good heart. So let's go back to the $50,000. I blew through $50,000 last year. Do you want to know the facts of the matter to see that there's another side to some story? Because I think it even got up to 70 or something. It was 50 though. That's what I remember. Okay, so let's go through this. I don't drive, but I did have a car that I didn't have in my name before, because I was going to learn how to drive. It was motivation to learn how to drive. I did have a car. I gave that to my husband so he could use the proceeds to buy his car. Okay? So what I did after that was I put $27,000, or there's a 29, it was 27, 29, one of the two. It was a weird amount because there was one car that I had wanted to get in a cashier's check because I was going to buy a replacement for it, and that was going to be my motivation. I was trying to motivate myself to not be afraid to drive. So that cashier's check was cut and it was sitting in my house. So after this happened and I was kicked out of my home because the other side had a lot of really good attorneys who could take two people who loved each other and should have handled things completely different, but turn it into a money-making opportunity for lawyers. My friends will tell me not to give my husband the benefit of the doubt because he did follow their advice. But I know him, and I know that deep down in there, there's a heart. I just had to always help him find it before. That was one thing that he said he loved about me, was that I could always help him with things like that because he wasn't really good at it. So let's get back to this $50,000 that I blew through last year after being removed from my home. I don't drive. I had no local friends in the world. My family was dead. I was scared. I had a $500 gift card and an assured few days in the hotel. All I was worried about at that time, frightened of, was my dog, because I knew that she wasn't going to eat, but they wouldn't take my dog, and I was assured that I would be able to get her next time. So he gives me a card, and it was for my lawyer. Thank you, Kenko. He gives me a card, and it's from he gives me a card, and it's for the lawyer that I should use. So I called that lawyer, against the advice of people who say you shouldn't call the lawyer of the person, you know, that kicked you out is advising you to. But I did. And my husband paid the $7,500 retainer for the lawyer. At the time, I thought, wow, that means that he's trying to really, you know, he does care. Because at the time, he was really emotional. He was, before I left, he was hugging me, and he was telling me, he was saying, you don't hate me, you don't hate me, you don't hate me, please don't hate me, you don't hate me. He was like really over the top emotional. And I understood because of what he was doing, but it was really, and he had been doing that for a little while that I didn't know about. Like all of a sudden just grabbing me and hugging me and saying, "You're a good girl. You're a good girl." And he was hugging me. And then when I was removed from my home, he was crying to his lawyer, like literally crying. I don't mean crying like I'm saying that, like he was crying to his lawyer that I love her. I love her. I just don't know what to do with her, but I love her. And so my lawyer thought that that meant that it was going to be, we were going to get together because he had been doing this for 40 years and we were going to get back together. And it was, so the case was handled all differently. Anyways, let's fast forward a little bit because I'm taking this forever on this. I'm taking forever, and that's thank you, Kenko. I'm not even having to look down because I know you're taking care of this. I totally appreciate this. So, okay, so I'll try to get to the point. So fast forward, and my attorney makes a deal with, because he's due to be paid again. He didn't blow. The retainer fees when your attorney is $400, and you have an attorney who is just arguing with every little tiny thing with the other attorney, and they're making money hands over fist, that $7,500 goes really very quickly, and it went really quickly. And at that point, again, it was like, I want to say, I'm just going to guess, but I want to say it was a month later, 2 months later at the max, and I owed another $10,000 on top of the $7,500 that he got. I think I actually owed $14,000 on top of the $7,500 that he got. So he made a deal that I would, and I was desperate for money because my attorney didn't go for any, he didn't go for any temporary support. He didn't, because he thought we would be back together. I mean, we've talked after that, and he's actually a really nice guy. My first attorney is. He tried to come back and help something. He's actually a really nice guy. He married 2 Minnesota women, but that's just me always wanting to see the good things in people too, I guess. And he is a smart guy, but he just, out of all his 40 years, he had never had a case like this ever. So he brokered a deal that I would meet my husband at the bank, and my husband would give me 2 of my bonds that matured at $10,000 each, and they had matured at like 12,700 each. And I would be able to keep one, and my husband would be paid back, check that out, for, because my husband paid for the first month of an Airbnb, which was $2,000, which was less expensive than a hotel, but I had to stay. I couldn't, flying back and forth from Florida was not an option. I was coming and going galore. So I had to stay, and a hotel was more money than that. So I met my husband at the bank, and I think you guys have all heard that story before. I got the 2 bonds from him, and he stood over my shoulder, because there was nothing stopping me from right then of just taking the money and just leaving, because, you know, it's my names are on the bond, and this is nothing, he had nothing to do with it. It was my names that were on these bonds. They were mine. They were sole and separate property. That is indisputable in the end in Arizona. But in good faith, I gave my husband, at that point, it was paying him back for the $7,500, paying him back for the 2 $500 gift cards that I got. I got one when I first was removed, and then he gave me one a week later, and then paying back for the Airbnb. And then on top of that, I gave him like between 700 and 900 extra to act in good faith, to like, let's just handle this so the legal fees don't get out of control. And that's when he's like, good, yes, thank you, I just worry about you, you know, yes, I'll keep this and whatever, and yes, honey, I love you, I'm just worried about you, and all this kind of stuff. Stood outside of the car with Rory there, talked forever, and I was played. I'm not used to getting played by I'm just not used to you playing somebody that you love. It's not in my, like, I had lived in a bubble. I had never had a relationship with that, like that, with someone that I love. It came at a really bad time. So anyways, I paid him back for the retainer, and then I had to turn around and give, so I paid him back for that. And then I had to turn around and give my lawyer my share of it, everything, for his bill. Okay, so then when they say $50,000, they're adding in my the attorney that he paid for in the beginning, even though he was paid back for it. Okay, then they're adding in what I had to give my attorney, and then what I gave, that I got the 2 bonds, not saying that I paid him back for that. So that's $30,000 right there. That's $30,000. Okay, so just follow me here. And then I had absolutely nothing. And my attorney made a failed attempt at trying to get back my sole and separate property. What had happened was he made a motion for it, and the motion was denied, but the motion said something in it about give them a list of what is needed from the house within 4 days, 72 hours, something to that matter. And I don't know if he just didn't read it like that, or I don't know what it was, but I was never told that I could actually get anything. And he, at that point later on, when it was too late, said, well, this is going to be over anyways, and these things are filed, and quite common, you file motions, you know, we're not going to get approved, but there's a strategy behind it, and, you know, what have you, and, you know, this is all going to be finished, don't worry, you know, whatever. Although he's a great attorney, he just was listening to Kip. They were going back and forth, and he really did try. I believe in my heart he tried. He didn't know what he was up against with this. This is what I believe. And he thought that this was going to be over. Either, you know, we're going to get back together, from what it sounds like, because even when we were leaving the second hearing, he says, you know, Kip and I talk all the time about how your husband is, he's crying, and he says he loves you. Not that he misses me, but he says he loves you. And me, if you tell me anything like that, I'm going to take that always as false hope, and always jump on thinking of it as just positive and everything. Then I paid my attorney again myself the next month. This is how I was able to miraculously find money. The check that I knew that I had at the home, that I had a cashier's check made out for, because, and I didn't even know this, and it was like I remember when we found out, and it was like, oh my God, it's like your dad is like really looking over you. It's like, it was like a miracle, because after 6 months, the money gets returned, and the money gets, hold on a second, guys. I'm always checking to see if messages come through because people always, oh, awesome, 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 awesome. Love you, girl. So anyways, it came out that I actually had the money from the cashier's check because it went back in. Like it was never, like it was just sitting there in limbo. Like it never actually got, it got put back in because it was never actually used for the purposes intended. So I was able to get that and use it to pay for my attorney, to pay that eventually after August, I stopped. I mean, that was it. I was not able to pay for my attorney anymore. And my attorney was costing me about $10,000 a month. And the other money that was been set in there, I think somebody had said a mention of a name in there, was because I brokered a deal because my husband paid that I paid him back for the Airbnb through Airbnb the first time, but I couldn't afford that. But I had to be in Arizona. I had to be going back and forth and doing all this stuff. And so flying back and forth wasn't an option either. You're stuck and you don't have a lawyer that's getting you temporary support, but you're holding on that it's going to be over soon, that it's really going to be over soon. It's just going to be over soon. And I knew I had money. I knew I had things. I knew I had things of value. I knew I did, sole and separate from him, because I never spent his money. It was mine. I spent this is all over my money, mine. So that's where that amount comes up. Oh, and the amount that I'm talking about for the Airbnb, I was able to structure a deal, which is kind of funny, with the homeowner themselves to not go through Airbnb because she was, a really cool chick, and we talked, and she was getting a big fee through it, and so she could do a better deal. It ends up that we didn't know this because I rented that place out for quite some time. That place was called the Happy House because that's the place where at first it was really sad because I had found out my dog died, my little Delilah. And that's where I was able to have somebody that I talked to, that I was able to get a little puppy, Moshi. So I called it the Happy House because, I mean, it was called the Happy House because it was orange, but I called it my Happy House because the house wasn't orange. I had a lot of orange decorating in it because it was just very sunshiny, and I could have my little, it was just, anyways, enough of that. And that's just the name of it. So that's where that money came in, was because that was paying her for a 3-month period in the Happy House. And then after that, I was out of luck. I was out of an attorney. So I had to get an attorney that as another nice guy. But it was a mistake. And I had to go back to Florida because if I had to fly back, which, I ended up having to, but not as much, I just couldn't stay in Arizona. I literally had no money. Like, I had no money. I used up the money that I was able to get on the attorney and being able to stay there in the hopes that it was always going to be almost over. And it was only an Airbnb because I could get a deal, and it was so much cheaper. Arizona in the summer is much, much less expensive. But hotels still, you can find a deal for like $77 a night, but they basically still go for around $100 a night. What happens is the really expensive places drop down to about $100, you know, 150 a night, $100 a night. But the other ones pretty much don't really drop down that much. They kind of stay around that. So that's the deal. That's how you can go through $50,000, is when you have 26 plus, my numbers may be a little bit off here, 26 plus 7,500. So I don't know, 30 something, 30, whatever it is, plus another $3,000 for attorneys. And then you have lodging. And that's really basically it. So that's it. You see, it sounds like it is a number that makes me sick to think of all of that money going towards an attorney. It makes me really sick. Hold on a second, guys. You see how they're trying? You see how they're trying? Thank you very, very, very much, Beers. You're an awesome admin too. You guys, I'm not going to read up on all of this too, but yeah, thank you, Kim. And I won't say anything more. There's a lot that I want to say, but this is stuff that was really easy if somebody just fought. And if anybody has gone through a divorce, guys, I didn't want to play in War of the Roses. My first divorce wasn't like that because my first husband and I were not War of the Roses. You know, it wasn't that. I didn't want to play. You know, guys, like I've said, I wanted my things and to leave. I wanted my things and to leave, even though it's a state that you can have half of his. How many times, if you guys have followed me, you know how many times that I have said that I didn't want that. Thank you, Kitten Cat. I don't mean to bring you guys down. Yeah, only, you know, so I'm not worried about I knew this is somebody who's very desperate because they know that I have a GoFundMe. And I'm not talking about my stalker. I'm talking about the other party involved here. They don't want me to have a GoFundMe. They don't want me to get money for an attorney. They don't want me to be able to finish this out. The whole plan has been for me not to be able to do that. And I was warned of this before. I was warned of this before. And there's a lot that I would love to say right now, but that part I absolutely cannot say. It is what it is. And all I can do is try to get an attorney and fight the last part and get out. No drama, don't worry about that. Please don't. No, you have your own things. I don't mean that. I don't mean that. I don't want anybody who can't to do that. I really don't. I try to like reflect on, I try to reflect on how somebody, and I'm just, this is the online part, this is not talking about my husband anymore, how somebody could hate somebody so bad that you wouldn't care. Like, what if I killed myself? What if I was so distraught? Would you care? Would you care? If what you're saying was the truth, if anything like that, would you not feel bad for egging this on any further? What kind of an adult sends to ask for the documents? If you're so, I would cringe at reading somebody else's papers like that. I would cringe. I know, Melissa, that's a good question. They would then call you weak. They would. I just don't get doing this to anybody. I don't get doing this to anybody. And being able to, unless, I don't know. Exactly, Beers. Exactly. Exactly, Andrea. I don't know. That was how I was feeling about that. And just to say, um, you need to, ride it out and wait for the end and see the true story. I am in a constant state of, not a constant state, but I do fight with myself, like this good side of me that says that when I get the attorney to have him seal everything and block everything, because you can, because this is, financial information get out. It's, from what I understand, you could easily do that. And then I had this other part of me that would say people wouldn't then know the other side. That side's just out there then. That they then wouldn't know the other side. Kitten cat. Yeah, chiming. That's so true. Lindy feels justified doing the crazy shit she does. If you kill yourself, Lindy will see it as a victory and celebrate, just like the nutcase she is. Sad but true. And I was gonna I'm gonna play my dad's thing later on, just because it's the anniversary, like I said, of him passing away. And in my head, I didn't think of this at first, and I go, you know what's gonna happen? Like, they're gonna think it's like a sympathy ploy. But then I just looked at myself and said, I just hadn't been able to do that for 5 years. And I think it would be a personal goal for me to watch that with everybody else and to share that side with everybody else. And for everybody else who's lost their loved ones or a parent or gone through something like that. So I don't care. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. I thought after I heard that today, I had the phone in my hand to pick it up and call Mackenzie Police, because the gentleman told me they're the police officer, said just give him a call back if he wants. That's where Lindy lives. That's where she lives. She's never moved. Because it is insightful. And he did explain that to me, and that, if I choose to go further with things, I could go to my local thing and then they would see what's going on and then reach out to them. And it's a process you have to go to, but he explained exactly how to do it. And I didn't do that because I thought that happened before. The police went out there before to try to get her to stop that. I thought about it, Kitten Cat. I thought about it, but she didn't do anything before. They went out there and talked to her. It was on a live hangout, and she And she said, or they said, we saw her looking through the side curtain. Like we knew, because they had pulled up. They knew that she was on a hangout. They knew everything before going there. And she didn't stop. She didn't stop. Sally, yeah, very good point. Yeah, she did. I thought that too, the paper trail, because that's what I was told, is that you need a strong paper trail, and there is a paper trail with a lot of stuff going on. And I know that what she's doing is illegal. No, she never moved. She never, ever, ever moved. She's right there in that place. Um, um, I know that what she's doing is illegal. I know that once my husband finds out that his name, I mean, whether or not he's behind it or not, who knows at this point? I mean, I don't know. If he's not behind his name being on there, because Twitter does remove things, he'll get the IP address of the person behind it. He will, unless he is behind it. I mean, I don't know if he's behind it or not. I really don't know if he's behind it or if it's Lindy behind it. Lindy and Jack and whoever else is doing that. I don't really know. But whoever is, they can, I'm telling you the things that have got, if it's not my husband, it'll get subpoenaed. It'll get subpoenaed because you're doing not a very good job for him. He doesn't need, he will all call you all complete monkeys and whatever. He does not need that. He does not like you guys at all. He doesn't need he does not need this. He would not like the aspect of his clients or customers or his family. When they did this, they had a big, huge thing before. Everything got sealed. They had a big family. I should have learned. My family didn't have any big custody or any big battles that had to get sealed. But they had a big battle that had to get sealed. And guess what? I should have learned that his sisters were served on Thanksgiving. And he laughed about that. And I thought it was a coincidence. And I found out that, anyways, it wasn't a coincidence. And I should have knew. I should have knew. I should have knew. I should have knew. I should not have been so blindly trusting in things. But I don't even, I may tear up now at some things, guys. I may, but I'm not even, I'm learning and I'm going to be okay. Whatever, I'm going to be okay. And I'm going to be better, not perfect. Thank you, drama. Thank you. And congratulations on sobriety is right. Mazel tov. That is so awesome. Let me read back that to hear. I'm going to read back this when I'm here. I don't want to think you're, yeah, it's a sick version of, 6 years sobriety. And you got some plans. I'm laughing at that because I'm back to, as far as, God, this sounds so, I listened to Truthfully Trisha today and as I was doing some things, and I'm not comparing anything and I don't even know, but I don't know what's going on, but I did, understand a few of the things she was saying. I don't know the whole story of her story, but, she's going to school and she's, Anyways, what you said about having plants and you never thought you'd be so happy. I'm going to be so happy when I'm able to really have a simple life. And this is just off of my head and the whole money part of it, the whole money part of it. The only thing ever said to Lindy that she took and she ran with was that my lawyer had said that it's a very, what's the word for it? It's a very common thing for a judge to do if a person's 10-year anniversary comes up right at the end of their case, that they will make their final decision right after that, because 10-year anniversary, then the wife can have the husband's, when she gets to be that age, social security, or like half of it or whatever it was, whatever's, whatever that, and I didn't know about any of that stuff. That was it. And that my lawyer was gonna try to do that. That's the only strategy of anything, because I mean, I don't have any money. He didn't like Rory helping me out. There's things that he's said, and there's people that know this too. I can't even say it. I can't even say that part of it. Rory knows what I'm talking about, and there's other people who know what I'm talking about. I can't even say that. I can't say that publicly. But the level that he's willing to go to. And you're not going to find anything in there that says that I've been scratching and pleading and everything for me to get anything than what belongs to me. I love you, Lip Gloss Kitten. You seriously have. Thank you. Thank you, Lip Gloss Kitten. Yes, I'm reading some of this stuff back. I agree. Look at this as a load of lessons that you had to learn. Don't get bitter and twisted. Blessings and love. Yeah, I just, that is, I won't get bitter, and I won't get bitter and twisted. I know I won't. I mean, because I see how easily people turn on their exes and say all this stuff and do all this stuff. And if I haven't done that for a year, because I have this flaw of just constantly being annoyingly wanting to be this up with people shit, then that's just going to be there. But the only thing I know that it will do is really, I don't want a relationship. I really will not, and choose. I'm not even choosing that to be like, in an angry way or like bitter or whatever. I just choose to not put the effort into somebody again. And they didn't know my mom and dad. I always said that. It's weird to me. I'm weird, guys. I have some weird little quirks. But my mom and dad meant so much to me, and I loved and adored them so much that they didn't know them, or my grandparents, that I choose not to. I've done that. I've been there, done that. I'm like, not going to have any kids. There's no real reason for it. I just don't want to. I don't want to at all. And they try to keep on coming on with that. Yeah, Indy, yeah. Yeah, Hootie, hugs to you too. Thank you for that. And I was dancing. Andrea, that's a beautiful thought. I know. How can love turn to such hate? It's crazy. I don't know. I know, right, Yahudi? Yeah, Andrea, smart. Smart. And it's really not, sure, there are people out there who have beautiful relationships. Beautiful. Like, I'm going to say Simone again. Simon is celebrating his 30th anniversary with his wife this month. And there are people who really have good relationships, and they really do. And the people that I know really do. People, and this is not a but, those people really do. You can just tell how they act. You can tell how they just are together. However, you never know what goes on in people's homes, because people thought that I did too. People really thought that I did too. And I was never a person who talked. I never talked, you could see, I never talked bad about my husband. I never did that. And but I tried. It didn't work. I wondered, though, it's so weird. I'll always wonder certain things, like how much of this was so planned. I mean, now I'm seeing I'm seeing a bigger picture, guys, than I can even express. Like, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. I'm seeing a picture of the extent that a person goes to hold on to their money, and it was never trying to be taken from them. It was never something that was trying to be taken from them. I agree, Jojo. I agree. It's a shame. Stick some tunes on, love your kids, and be cool in the gang. I agree. Indy, that's awesome. And there's so many, that's, you have a relationship, and if you're like religious or not or whatever, but to me, it's like that God intended it to be. When you have two people who are doing it and they have the right hearts and they fell in love and it's true and it's pure and it's real, you found it and you are richer than anybody else. And that's not as common as some would think. And even if people see people who are together for a long time, there's a lot of relationships that are just like, it's just cheaper to keep her or cheaper to keep him, or they haven't seen out yet. So the fact that you truly have that is a rare gem. And that's what God, if you're religious or if you're not religious, but that's in my belief, what he wanted people to have, and why you have, um, and even just having kids. I mean, there's a purpose. My dad always said, having two kids, one to, I know, populate the earth, but my dad always believed having one to replace the woman and one to replace the man, and we could live paradise on earth if everybody just did that. And then you treat your kids right. It's not just about honor your father and mother. Your kids are not going to honor you back if you treated them poorly, if you neglected them. They're not going to just blindly honor you back. It's everything. Everything works in such a beautiful symmetry if it's just all done like it's supposed to be. And then you treat you have the spouse that you work with, because that's your ride or die. That's your soulmate. That's your beshert, which means soulmate in Hebrew. And then you have kids, and then you raise them correctly. They're not your best friends that you go and tell all of your problems. No one's gonna be perfect, But, you know, they're your kids. You have to raise them with parameters and right and wrong and all that stuff. And then they will grow up to be good adults. And then you have someone to look after you when you're older, and they will do that for you because you did that for them. And it's the complete circle of life that works. Very kumbaya, very socialist, very a kibbutz is a socialist camp basically in Israel. It works that way if everybody is like-minded and everybody's thinking the same way, you know? Thank you, Indy. I appreciate that. I do too. I just wanted to relax and enjoy life. Wait a second. Hold on a second, guys. Let me just read this. Okay. Life Rewinded. Hi, honey. Hi, I'm so glad to see you here. So glad to see you here. 10 commandments. That simple. Well said, Abigail. Well said. The 10 commandments. Well said. Very simple way to live your life. And it doesn't even have to be, but it's like you can't, and it comes from everything. Obviously, I picked a wrong partner. Obviously, you know, things aren't always perfect. But if you do things and you just keep on trying and you work together and everything, it would be that way. I loved Breaking Bad. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second, because that screen keeps on flashing. Like, and this time it was like a lot more. Okay. My kids are ignoring me these days. They get too busy for mom. Oh, good thing they have my little dog. All 2 pounds? 2 pounds. Do you have a Chihuahua? I know Chihuahuas can be that tiny, tiny, tiny. I have a small one. My little Delilah, she was about 3.5, 4 pounds maybe of a Maltese. This one's got a little bit more meat on his bones. He's a little bit more of a chunker. But I know that Rory's Chihuahuas are tiny. Oh my God, if I didn't think I would like Breaking Bad. I didn't. I thought, eh. Then I watched the first episode and I got hooked. And that I understand. What I understand, that's why I watch, like, I'm going to watch that. What's the series that everybody watches? Game of Thrones. If everybody watches something, you know it's probably really well written as well. And there's a lot more to it than just, you know, fluff and cute people and whatever. That it's well written. So it is. It's a meth soap opera. Exactly. A month, my local pond. Let me see. Oh, she's so cutie. Oh, she's such a little tiny baby. Oh, hold on. Look at her. Oh, I gotta wait a second. I gotta see. Oh, look at her. BB. Hold on a second. I gotta see BB. Sorry. Look at that spiky little hair all over the place. Oh, that is so cute. I love that. I love that. Yeah, you will see, Andrea, you and I both then. You know what, the bad wolf, I'm so bummed I can never see his comments. Somebody help me as to why I still can't. If Panic is in here, tell me why I can't. I go to his channel. He's not blocked. He's a moderator in here. I got everything else going on. Where is he blocked that I can't see him? BB says hi, Glammy. BB's so cute. So darn cute. Twin Peaks. Oh no, I'm old school too. I remember Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks had me liking brie cheese on French bread. I loved brie cheese on French bread after watching Twin Peaks. Absolutely loved that. It was just delicious. But I loved it. Just a very creative, ahead of its time show. It got weird, and I don't think people were ready for it, but it was really ahead of its time. And we didn't know, it wasn't like that Cop Rock. Remember Cop Rock? Remember it was like the Broadway musical of a cop show? Because that was bad. I think I watched an episode of that. I know I have. I know I must have checked it out or something. But I wish I could say I wish I could say more to you guys. I can't. I'm very I don't know. What would you guys do? Let me ask you guys a question about this. Thank you, Jojo. Let me ask you guys this.
Hello.
Hey, I'm on the air. I'll be off though.
I got you something.
You did? What? Oh, that's so nice. She brought me something. Thank you.
I thought the grande was the
Oh,
big one, but it's
Oh, oh my God, this is so good. You guys, she brought me Starbucks. See, that's a friend for you, you guys. That's a friend. Seriously. Bitch. So we're gonna do a few things. No, it was Rory. Rory! Starbucks. Yes, I got my what is this, the refresher one, the strawberry or the whatever one that I had last time?
Dragon fruit refresher.
The dragon fruit refresher. Yes, I love that. Tony Clifton. Oh God, guys. Oh God, guys. I'm afraid you're going to be stuck with me for quite a long time. I'm afraid you're not going to be having anything like that. However, I'm going to leave you with this, and you guys maybe can answer me the question. What would you do? Obviously, there is other sides to things. Would you have it, if it was you, not what you want to hear, because some people may want to hear it, would you have it sealed? Protecting the end or the other parties from a lot of stuff that unfortunately has to be brought out? Or would you not have it sealed? Oh, Ju said that you make the bacon extra stiff. Hello.
Do you think, while you're on there, I know this is different. Do you think that these are shippable decorations up here?
Which ones?
The flowers and stuff,
The,
baskets.
oh yeah. Yeah. The flowers, you mean the ones, the little tiny roses
Yeah.
and stuff? Oh yeah. Yeah, those are adorably cute and totally shippable. People ship them all the time. Oh, and you know what? I did tell you that, didn't I, though? But I looked it up, and it's true. FedEx on some things are a lot cheaper. We've had this discussion going back and forth with things, guys.
If it's liquid or perishable, it's not though.
But what do you? But you just say that. I mean, what they're gonna do? Open it up and say whatever?
I shipped a vet or a bug doctor in FedEx. It just wouldn't like drain. So then it leaked, and they like put it in a cage, and they wanted to send it back to the company with like biohazard. They were gonna like get rid of it.
I just know when I ship the big stuff, like I would ship stuff back from my mom's after she passed away, and big boxes that were heavy were that 55 bucks that you paid for that little thing or that thing. I mean, it was a lot. And then I Googled it, and then they said, yeah, they said, unless it's really heavy and you put it in a flat rate box, or if it's small, like under 2 pounds, I know. I'm just telling you. Google it. I'm still live. Yeah. I'll be off in 1 second. Hey, Quinny. No clue what you're talking about. Aw, Quinny, love you. Love you. Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. Oh, what does Charming say? It's Charming. Interesting. It's just leaving. The only part about it not being sealed is leaving. Maybe then I could give to the people that I wanted to give to the people, like Chiming and the other people, but that not that they're even caring, because they're just adults and they're not like that. My side, or I hate to say the truth, but to me it's the truth. Um, but you're right. You're right. Probably so. Sunflower, do you see how they come in so coy sometimes too? You know what I mean? They come in so coy. She does it like that, and the other people do. God, guys, I you're like a disease, Lindy, who just won't go away. Kenko, I love you. You're a disease that just won't go away. You are a disease that she flares up, and it's like a raging hormonal one right now. And you're not gonna get what you want out of all this. If you're looking for something of, police are going to come rolling up here and I'm going to be rolling out and whatever you think, I'm sorry, you've waited for that before. You've waited for that on other things. You've waited for that on anything else. Didn't it also say that I'm a shoplifter? So, keep on waiting, because it's you just you'll be waiting for quite a long time. Derby Day, I want to watch that later on. I always love listening or watching what the people wear. That's what I love, actually. Negativity made me tired. It is. It makes you tired. It makes you tired. Yeah, exactly. No more gato, Mr. Roboto. Yes, a boil on the arse of YouTube. Speaking of people who are not a boil, I thought about ass. Okay, we all saw a little tiny bit of our friend Dave's ass. We saw a little tiny crack. Okay, you know what? It happens sometimes. Okay, it happens. All right, it happens. I am so excited that they're on their way. I hope that they are traveling safely. I know I'll be speaking to them again soon. How exciting! Just to let you guys know too that not that it's not a big issue or anything, but this whole trip really it was just something that happened organically, where I was talking to Becca in a text and I'm like, you guys have to come out, like it would be so great to kind of just hang with you in real life and whatever. And it's like you throw it out there, but Dave and Becca, they make reality and dreams come true. They know they really did, because look what they did for stickers. And give some stickers some love when you see him, because he's a, it's I mean, they're pitting me as this. I'm abusive towards my husband, guys. I'm abusive towards my husband. I am this thing too. And if any of this stuff were the case, if any of this stuff is the case, were the case, has been, will be, whatever, that's between these other people. That's between somebody else, and it's not me. He's very, very kind to me, and I know how it's like to be. And he's having the same sort of a thing happen to him, So give him some love. Stickers is the man. I just love, and to read that it's just, when your first initial thing is about somebody being gay, because you see two men who have been talking and they were arch enemies at one point, and coming full circle of they're now, or a complete 180 of they're now friends and they talk every day. And I'm sure I know that Dave has helped stickers. I said, should I call, I know his real name. I said, should I call him like by his real name or stickers, or what do I call him? And I've heard we just call him Sticks, or so I'm just going to call him Sticks. So I heard that Sticks, I mean, I know that Sticks has done a lot as well. I know that Sticks, he's there to support Dave when Dave's not feeling well. He's there to help Dave out with something, maybe with computer, or, you know, make a funny video, or just talk. Because I remember my brother, when my brother was really sick, my brother wanted to talk all the time, and it helps. And they have forged a friendship because of that. And that's hard for men to do a lot in life. And I think it was really nice. And Sticks has gone through a hard time. He got literally dragged so hard just because he was in a tough place and accepted the help from Dave and Becca. And because of that, he got completely dragged. I mean, just think about that. And the same thing happened to me. And I tell you what, I wouldn't change a thing about that, because I see people's true colors for things. So they're coming out here. All of that had nothing to do with Rosie's trip. Love Rosie, everything. It had nothing to do with Rosie's trip. Okay. It was not, I happen to live here now. Las Vegas is my home. They're coming to my home, and everybody else is coming in for a vacation or to meet up as well. It didn't have anything to do with Rosie's trip. That's completely separate. So, but there's people out there who like to make it into something that it really isn't, you know, because they just, yeah, the airport meeting cracked me up. Cracked me up. Stickers makes really fun videos. And you know what? I'll always remember how Stickers, I donated to him back when he had that thing. It wasn't a lot. It was just like $100 donation. And I remember after that, stuff had happened to me quickly after that. And he stood up for me and said, no, she was, you know, she was good to me. She was nice to me. And he didn't go with that. And he reached out to me and said that he would do this video that I was going to do this video just with this receipts that I had and whatever, that he would have done that for me. I never asked him to, but he said that. So just always there to try to be helpful to people. And I think that I know that if you put any of these people, any one of them, I can think of one that I have not watched their videos. It's so interesting. I haven't watched their videos at all. But I see now that they're doing videos just on ducks or something like that. However, I know what they've said before in the past, and that person, I don't watch his stuff, so I don't know if he watches mine, maybe he'll be told or whatever. That same video that you're saying anything about me before, like you did with her, could be said about you in your family, and in your life, and in your past, and in your history. The same sort of a video could be done by anybody. And you could also, if you're involved in a really dirty, disgusting divorce, just go out there and read anybody's papers and the lies that are all there, complete and utter, just straight up lies. So, exactly. Thank you, Mr. Roboto. Yeah, if they don't know by now, if they don't know me by now. Oh my God, can we speak on that for a second before I go? Because I gotta go. But Vegas Barbie, did you see that video, Rory? On Vegas Barbie? Oh my God. Woo! She did a video of coming out like in a robe, and she had on like glasses and, you know, whatever in her hair, but a thing. And then she's like, yeah, I'm a catfish, baby. And she took off her robe and she like threw down her hair, and it's like literally the girl's body and her.
Yeah, that's the thing. She wouldn't be in the entertainment industry if she didn't have, if she wasn't rock hot.
Oh my God. And I mean, it's like,
For them to say she's a catfish and she's like out in Vegas like all the time, like at parties, and it's obvious she's working and stuff. Like,
I mean, her body is the one that if I was trying to catfish somebody, which I know somebody was trying to catfish somebody before, and they sent out pictures like that kind of a body, it's a body that you'd never use because it's so unbelievable.
right.
Like the guy would be like, okay, no. Wait a second here.
Well, you know what?
This is not you.
You should tell her being prepared, because now that she's shown herself, there probably will be a catfish account with her information on.
Oh, there will be. Yes, there will be. There will be.
Somebody catfished me on a whole bunch of dating sites using my picture.
Oh my God, completely. It's so easy to get to. So, thank you, Jojo. I appreciate that. She did. She seriously did. It's the same stuff repeated over and over and over. I know. Wow, 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 wow. I always loved that feature on there. It reminded me. But then again, you know, I'm going to say, you guys going to slap me. If you knew me in real life, you'd slap me sometimes. They're going to be like, I always liked my teachers. I never had teachers. It sounded like that. Wow, wow. Your turn now. It's, you know what? And the thing is that Vegas Barbie is so nice and such a, you know, just a regular girl, like a regular woman. And she's not one of those stuck up acting at all, stuck up acting people, to where women like her too. So we're cheering her on. And you know, the great thing is that I don't know how old she is. I don't know exactly. I know that she's not 20 because she's lived a life, but for her, it says more for her to have that body. I mean, if you're 20, you can have that body and not do anything about it, very little. But if you're, you know, I don't know how old she is, but I'm just saying, I know that she's not 20, even though she can look like it. To have that is like, wow, she's amazing. She's completely amazing. Yes. I'm not even ever, I never even looked like her in my, ever. She's blessed, and she's got like that long torso. I always say that about Amber Walter. Amber Walter's got a really great body because she's got that long torso, so it just looks like, you know, lingerie and everything just look really good on her. But so exactly. So guys, well, thank you guys for popping in. I will be back later to show that. And like I said, sometimes you just need to trust your gut, write it out, and wait for the end before you know the true story. Who knows? Maybe I'll have it sealed. Maybe it'll never be out there. But those of you who know me and who come in here and who we've kind of tried to forge a friendship and everything, I will always have people. I will never be without people and support. And that's one thing for people out there to remember too. Other YouTubers who might have this happen, know that there's going to be people out there who will support you, and don't worry about things like that. And the truth does find a way of coming out in the end, and people see what's going on right now. People see beyond words and beyond papers and beyond everything what's going on right now. But that was just my reaction to that. I may have something else, or I may just not even talk about it because it's really not relevant in my life. It's not. So happy Saturday to you too. Love you, Jojo. Thank you for coming and commenting and everything. I know, right, Jules? Right? Kenko is great because I love him being in the background. Or I love him being in the background. Did you hear that? In the background. Yeah, thank you, Kim. Thank you. Love you guys. Okay. Anyways, I will talk to you later. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Instagram. Did you say something about that, Quinny? Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, Quinny. Here. And be on the lookout for this today too, guys. Yes. There's that right there. And yes. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.